Okay, so it seems like all of Mitzi's leaks are gone. So now we're gonna move on to Billy Bob. So I'm not completely done with her. I'll probably go in later, well I will go in later, and put some steel shims in here, and then replace these bolts with some metal dowel pins, and put some set screws in there, and hopefully mediate that issue. So it looks like Billy Bob checks out about 100%. The only cylinder that seems to have a leak is the guitar slide, and there are about 3 other movements that have leaks, but I'm 90% sure it's because of a airline restriction. Somebody rehosed this at some point, and it led to a lot of very tightly positioned hoses, and now that's causing leaks. So I'm gonna go in and rehose this guy. Just rearrange the hoses, not actually rehose him, but yeah. So I took the cylinder apart. I'm gonna have to take this extension rod off and then get to this nose seal to take that out. So here are all the components of the cylinder. As you can see, I've taken out the rod seal along with the U-cup seals for the piston. And I did that because, as I stated previously, it's better to replace all of these so you don't have to come back and replace them later. So Billy Bob's finished. He has no leaks. Cleaned up his mechanism a little bit, lubricated the cylinders and everything. And so now him and Mitzi check out almost 100%. Just a couple things. I don't think there's anything I can think of on Billy Bob that I need to do mechanically. Now it's just gonna be cleaning him up. Actually, I do have to have his foot tap re-welded because somebody broke it off. So that will be happening. Fats checks out about 100% already. The only cylinder which I think I'm just gonna go ahead and rebuild is the head up, because it's very inconsistent and I think it has blow by inside the cylinder, so I'm going to rebuild that so that we can get his head up and down working properly. It actually wound up being the needle valves that go to his head up actually went bad, so I replaced those, and I kind of had an inclination that that was actually the issue, and I went ahead and before I rebuilt the cylinder, I just replaced the flow controls. So these are some new flow controls, and it just fixed the issue. So now I have the head adjusted. It's not adjusted perfectly right now, but as you can see, it's no longer slamming. So it seems like one of the movements that's having issues on Beach Bear is the guitar mechanism. So I've now known of many Billy Bobs. I think it's like 4 now that have had a cylinder, the guitar slide cylinder leaking. I think that's a high stress movement, and so I'm having to rebuild that one. That one has no seal whatsoever. It doesn't even work. The movement actually does not operate whatsoever. So the seal is totally gone, and so I took that out, and it looks like somebody was again not using the right hardware. They put just some random screws in here, and so I'm gonna have to probably have these retapped and put in a larger set screw than what was normally used for that, because you aren't supposed to use just random bolts that you find. So I just finished rebuilding Beach Bear's guitar slide movement, and I'm noticing something pretty weird. So the cylinder is still not operating, or it is operating, but not quite at the level. So in order to even get this cylinder to go forwards, I have to press on it. Once I use the manual override on the Mac valves, it comes back and it gets stuck again. So I think there is a lot more to this than I saw. I think we're encountering some friction with the metal here, and I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on.